Continuing our discussion, today we will be discussing the shloka. Please try to recite after me. Aham sarvasya prabhuvo mattah sarvam pravartate
अहं सर्वस्य प्रभवो मत्तः सर्वं प्रवर्तते
iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitah.
इति मत्वा भजन्त मां बुद्ध्या भव समाविता
Aham sarvasya prabhuvo mattah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitah. Okay, let's discuss. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who know this perfectly engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Bhagavad Gita 10.8. So, see what Lord Krishna is telling here now. That Krishna is the reason of all the things happening in the universe. May it be spiritual world or material world. Everything is coming from Lord Krishna. So the wise man who knows this knowledge, he perfectly engages himself in devotional service of Lord Krishna and he will worship Lord Krishna. See, this is really very natural thing. You just think about this thing. If there is a man, you know, he is so much knowledgeable, he's so much rich, he is wealthy, he has all the potencies. So will you not will you not find yourself grateful if you will get opportunity to serve him? You will feel very much lucky. Oh, I'm so lucky, I'm getting this opportunity to serve that person. So what to say about Lord Krishna? Krishna, who is the reason of everything happening around. He is reason of everything. And if one is getting opportunity to serve him, then he will call wise man definitely. He will call most intelligent man because he is perfectly understanding everything. And once he will understand this, that, oh, Krishna is so great, Krishna is supreme personality, he is the only reason of everything. So definitely anyone who will get this knowledge, he will start serving to Lord Krishna. He will not think much. So this is the quality of a wise man. And that's why Krishna himself is telling this, that he is the wise man. The wise men who know this perfectly engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. The Vedanta Sutra also confirms that the absolute truth is He from whom everything is born. If we truly believe that Krishna is the origin of everything, and if we worship Him, our whole account is closed in 1 second. Which account? Bank account? No. The karmic account. Account of, all the bad karmas one has done in his past life, in his past births. Everything close immediately. 1 second means immediately. So now you will think, but I'm not able to connect with this because I can see that now also I am struggling with so many things. Those are, what to say, those are just artificial things. See, one thing one should understand, that yes, if Prabhupada ji is telling this thing, this is true, that his whole account is closed in 1 second, means immediately. But it has done, but it does not act like this. Act means, just like you will see, if someone is diseased, he will consume medicine. So, as he has consumed medicine, that medicine will work immediately. Even if he is not able to experience that his all disease, his fever has gone, but then also that medicine has worked, and it will, his fever will go away in some time. So same is here. The account is closed immediately, but still it will take some time. Now there is one more reason behind this. See, Krishna, uh, Lord Krishna takes some times, means everything, whatever is happening, it takes some time, because you just see now, if things will if outcome will come immediately, then everything will serve Krishna, is it not? This knowledge is confidential, and that's why outcome does not come immediately, although it has benefited him immediately, but outcome does not appear immediately, because this is confidential. If it will come immediately, then the people, whoever, the cruel people, the bad people who have bad habits, they will also follow this for their own benefit. Benefit means for their own selfishness. So that's why, see, yeah, that's why one should understand that outcome does not appear immediately, but it has benefited that him immediately. His whole account is closed immediately. But if one does not believe and says, "Oh, I want to see what God is," he has to go by stages, by realizing the impersonal Brahm effulgence, and then Paramatma, the localized feature, before finally coming to the last stage of realizing. So, we already discussed these three stages, that first of all, one has to realize the Brahmajyoti, the Brahm effulgence of the Lord. Then second stage is of the Paramatma, the localized feature. And then at the last stage, he will reach at the last stage after crossing all this process, after crossing all these stages, which is very time consuming. So the wise man will save his time, and he will immediately start worshipping Lord Krishna, serving Lord Krishna. This is real intelligence. Yes. Oh, here is the supreme personality of Godhead. So he will be realizing it after crossing all other stages, which is really time consuming. It should be understood, however, that this process takes more time. Yes, it is time consuming. When one, through many years of research, comes to realize the absolute truth, he concludes Vasudevah Sarvam Iti. Vasudeva is all that is. Vasudeva is a name for Krishna, and it means he who lives everywhere. Realizing that Vasudeva is the root of everything, Mam Prapadyate, he surrenders. The surrendering process is the ultimate goal. Either one does it immediately or after many births of research work. So, are you able to get this point? That whoever is on this path, he has already made a very huge payment in his past births. It's not that easy to come on this path. It's not like we have got this opportunity for free. We have made a huge payment. Huge payment means we have already suffered a lot in our past lives. Very much. We have suffered very much. We have struggled very much. And after that, we came to this path. So one should understand this thing that, see, everyone wants to, not everyone, like you will see, whoever wants to follow something, whoever wants to follow devotional services. Let's talk about the people who wants to follow devotional services, who want to get out of this material world. So they will follow some devotional services, some spiritual activities. But again, they will choose different paths, different processes. But the actual and only process to get out of the world, out of this material world for always, is Krishna Bhakti. Only Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, can deliver a living entity from this material world for always. Because spiritual world is only one, that is of Lord Krishna. So if someone want to get out, if someone really want to get out of this material world, then taking shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna is the only option, is the only process. There is no any other option or method. So one should understand this thing. This is the only method, means one will, he will roam here and there. Then also he will have to come at this point only. There is no any other way. If he is not agreeing to come on this point at this stage right now, then he will come later. But he will have to come here only. There is no any other option. So the surrendering process is the ultimate goal. Either one does it immediately or after many births of research work. But he will have to come here only. There is no any other way. In either case, surrender must be there by realizing that God is great and I am his subordinate. Yes, God is the Supreme Personality and I am his fragmental part. I'm his subordinate. One should realize this thing. Means one should try to become humble servant of Lord. That is what surrender means. Surrender means that you are surrendering to Lord. You will not put your logical mind in mid. You will just follow the instructions of Lord. So yes, this is what surrender means. Moving forward. Understanding this, the wise man will surrender immediately but not wait to take many births. He understands that his information is given by the Supreme Lord out of his infinite mercy on the conditioned souls. Yes. So one who will understand this thing, he will immediately surrender. He will not, you only think na, devotees might often think this, that why I haven't got this path earlier. Like why haven't I got this path from my childhood only? I have been wasting my so many years. Even if we talk about this life only, devotees might think this na, that why haven't I got this process in my childhood only? I have been wasting so many years aimlessly. I was just wandering here and there. So even, see, past is past. It has gone. Now we can't do anything in that. But if right now also, if you are getting this knowledge, so if anyone is getting this knowledge, he should not waste his time now. he should immediately surrender. Now, that can be any time, at any age, even if one is, getting to know about this knowledge in his late 50s. But then also, it's not late. He should surrender immediately, because past is past. Now it has gone, it will not come again. So, why to waste uh, the left, which is the time which is left? Why to waste that? So one should understand that immediately. This is the quality of a wise man, that the time he will get to know about this knowledge, he will immediately surrender, and he will not wait to take many, many births. He understands that this information is given by Supreme Lord out of his infinite mercy on the conditioned souls. What does that mean? That if we are on this path, it is because of the infinite mercy of Lord Himself. Whatever medium we see, they are the medium of Lord. Of course, we should be grateful for them also. But it's always Krishna's arrangement who took us on this path. You see, now, not everyone is that fortunate. Everyone is not chanting Hare Krishna. Everyone is not hearing scriptures. Everyone is not reading Prabhupada's book. Even if you will try to tell them, then also they will not. They will just do it for 1 or 2 days, but they will not be able to continue it. So one should understand, if our eagerness is increasing to do more, to hear more, to chant every single day, that means we are progressing. We are progressing in our spiritual life. So it is because of Lord only. It is because of Lord only that we are on this path. Because of His infinite mercy. We are all conditioned souls, suffering the threefold miseries of this material world. Now the Supreme Lord is giving us the opportunity to escape these miseries by surrendering process. Now this is also amazing. It's not like we have been suffering from these miseries. Threefold miseries are miseries which we get from the mind and body, from our own mind and body, miseries which we get from other living entities, and miseries that we get from the arrangement of demigods, earthquake, flood, and all. So it's not like we have been suffering it from now. We have been suffering it from childhood only. But see the ignorance of the living being. Even if we were suffering, then also we were not raising any question. Even if I talk about myself, I was not raising any question that, oh, why am I suffering? I remember it's been almost 6 months now in Jaipur, where I'm residing right now. Earthquake came suddenly at around 3 a.m. at night. So everyone in our colony, the colony which I stay, so they just came outside their houses, and they were just, they were just caring. They were just talking that, everything was, it was shuffling. You know what I was assuming? I was just sleeping. I thought someone has shifted my bed. I was not thinking that, oh, earthquake has came. I was just assuming that my someone has shifted my bed. But later I got to know that, oh, it was earthquake. So I was just remembering this thing, that this is the threefold misery. The misery which we get from the arrangement of demigods. But even after experiencing this, that earthquake, then also I was realizing that no one is raising this question. That we didn't plan, we were not wanting any earthquake or any mishappening with us in our life. Then why is it happening with us? No one was questioning. So see the ignorance of conditioned souls. It's written here, we are all conditioned souls. We are suffering here, but we are so dull minded. Even people in Kali Yuga, we are so dull minded that even if we are suffering, then also we never raise questions. That's why it is very much important to preach. Even if you will tell about these things, then also people will think that, yeah, we don't want suffering. Then also we are suffering. Yes, this is actual. People never think these things by themselves. But if you will try to tell them, then possibility is there that they will think that, yeah, I don't want any suffering. I don't want to get sick. Then why am I getting sick? I don't want to die, but then also I will have to die. That's why we should always try to preach. This knowledge is really very confidential. I just always, think about this thing that if I have not attended the very first class of Prabhuji, a difference between animals and human beings, then I might not be on this path. That class was just eye opening. I was just shocked that, yeah, I'm busy doing all those things which animals can also do. Then what is the difference between me and that dog? It was really eye opening for me. So see, if we will tell people, then only they will be able to realize that, yeah, this is something which we should think about. So one should try to preach. You can preach these small things. These are, I'm saying this small, but this is really not small. You can change one's whole life just by telling them these things. So try to preach. Now, the Supreme Lord is giving us the opportunity to escape these miseries by the surrendering process. Yes. At this point, one may ask that if the Supreme Personality is the ultimate goal and one has to surrender to Him, why are there so many different processes of worship in the world? Yes. Now, this is also one question, that why there are so many questions, why there are so many different processes of worshipping. So now this question is answered in the next verse. We will try to recite this shloka. You can try. Please unmute yourself and try to recite with me, after me. कामस्ते ज्ञान. Wait. कामस्ते स्थिरहित ज्ञान प्रपद्यन्ते न देवता.
कामैस्तैस्तिर्हृतज्ञाना प्रपद्यन्ते न देवतः
तं नियमम् अस्याः प्रकृतिः नियता स्वया.
तं नियमम् अस्थाय प्रकृतिनियतः स्वया
कामस्ते स्थिरहितज्ञाना प्रपद्यन्ते अन्यदेवता.
कामैस्तैस्तिर्हृतज्ञाना प्रपद्यन्ते न देवतः
तं नियममास्थाय प्रकृत्या नियता स्वया.
तं नियमम् आस्थाय प्रकृतिनियतः स्व.
Okay. Give me a second. Those whose minds are distorted by material desires surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own natures. Bhagavad Gita 7.20. So in this shloka, we will discuss that Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna. Then why not everyone is taking shelter of the Supreme Personality? Why are they busy serving demigods who are who are just devotees of Lord Krishna? You just think about this, Sumit Prabhuji. You are a devotee of Lord Krishna, and I am an ordinary girl. If I will worship you instead of Lord Krishna, will you be happy? Will you feel nice? No, right? You will say, oh, why are you serving me? I'm nothing. I'm just a devotee. I'm just a fragmental part. Why are you serving me? You serve Supreme Personality, Lord Krishna. He will bless you nicely. So, same way, people are not understanding this thing. See, there are many different types of men in the world, and they are functioning under the different modes of material nature. Generally speaking, most men are not after liberation. If they take to spirituality, they wish to gain something by spiritual power. Yes, very interesting and important point. See, whoever is serving demigods, the reason behind serving them is to get something in return. So basically, they are not worshipping, they are dealing with demigods. Is it not? Oh Shivji, I will do Monday fast. Please bless me with a nice husband. You might have heard about this thing. Even I was told to fast on Monday. I was just doing it aimlessly because my mother told me this. I'm not doing it right now. I just do Ekadashi fast. So see, people do deal. I was not desiring to get any. Matlab, I was not. I didn't had any desire. I was just following it, just for the sake of respecting my mother. That's it. So yes, you will see people are serving demigods because they want to get something material belongings in return. What Prabhupada ji is saying here, most men are not after liberation. Many people are not even aware about the word mukti, liberation. They are not even aware about that one can even get liberate from this material world. Even you will be surprised. People are not even aware about that this world is a material world. Even they are, watching, they are looking around themselves that whatever they have, it is for a specific period of time. Everything is temporary here. They are very much aware about this thing, but then also they are not conscious that this world is a material world. They are not aware about this, that what is material world, what is spiritual world. If they are not aware about these things only, then what to say of liberation? How one will think of liberation? Even I'm talking about myself only. I was also not aware about anything, that this world is material world. Even though I was knowing this thing that everything is temporary here, but then also I was not that much conscious. So see, so no one is after liberation. They never serve demigods for getting liberation or for getting love of demigods. No, they just do it for the sake of getting something in return. See, I myself have seen this. I will give you a very nice example. I'm remembering this. So there was one Mataji, one lady. She was my mother's friend. She is my mother's friend right now also. So they used to visit any demigod temple. Khatu Shamji temple. Khatu Shamji is the devotee of Lord Krishna. You might know the story. So they visit that temple on every Ekadashi. So my mother asked that lady that after 2 days Ekadashi is coming, so we will visit temple. So she refused. No, I will not go. Now I'm not feeling like going. Later I got to know the reason behind it, that her son is not getting married, means for her son she is not able to find a nice match, so that's why she is not going, she will not visit temple now. So see the consciousness of the worshippers of demigods. They have nothing to do with the demigods. They just go, they just visit temple, they just serve them for the sake of dealing with them. That okay, if you will fulfill my worship, then I'm happy, otherwise I will not come to you. Practical example. Possibility is there that we might also have done this in our past. Is it not? I'm remembering that I used to pray demigods. I was not aware about the demigods or God that time, but I used to pray. I was praying that I get nice, good marks. May I score good in my exams. But when I was not scoring good, then I used to get furious. So see, it's not everyone's fault. It's just because of what? What Krishna is telling. That they are, we read one line here. Yes, they are functioning under the different modes of material nature. What are the different modes? The mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. So anyone who is in the mode of ignorance, he worship ghost. Yeah, he worship ghost. Anyone who is in the mode of passion, he serves demons. And anyone who is in the mode of goodness, he serves demigods. And anyone who is beyond all of these modes, he serves Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Now you will see, you, Mataji, you are just saying everything. You're just saying it for the sake of saying. That's it. We don't relate. We are not able to relate with your things because we still experience that we get affect with different modes. We get affect with mode of ignorance because we feel sleepy. We get affect from the mode of passion because we feels like doing lots of work. So we are getting affected with different modes. But you are saying that anyone who is beyond these material these modes of material nature, he is serving Supreme Personality. This is reality. Even though you are getting affected with the different modes of material nature, but then also this is reality. And Lord Krishna himself tells this in Bhagavad Gita. We have discussed this shloka in our earlier chapters. So yes, this is reality. That anyone who is serving demigod, he is doing it. He is doing it for the sake of getting something in return. It is not uncommon in India for a person to go to a Swami and say, Swamiji, could you give me some medicine? I'm suffering from this disease. He thinks that because a doctor is too expensive, he can go to a Swami who can work miracles. Now, what are you understanding from this point? Person is an individual, he is thinking that going to a doctor is too expensive. So I'll go to a Swamiji and I will ask for his blessing. And you will see people often go to Swamijis also. They do some jhada or something to cure their diseases or stuff like that. So they think that doctor is too expensive, we will go to Swamiji. But one should understand this thing, that if someone is has this understanding, if he is thinking like this, that means he want to get exploited. Let's understand this with an example. There was a devotee, Prabhuji was telling this. There was a devotee, he wanted to buy a JBL speaker. JBL is really a branded, nice branded speaker. So he wanted to buy that. But he saw on internet that JBL speaker was available for just 500 rupees. So he got so much excited. Oh wow, I'm getting this much nice thing in just 500 rupees. I will take this. So he ordered that and he was using it. But after few days only, that speaker, it got damaged. It stopped working. So what are you understanding from this point? That if he himself want to get exploit, then things will come like that only to him. Instead of getting a nice JBL speaker, he himself wanted to get exploit. That's why he got that copy. That was not the real JBL speaker. That was, of course, the copy, artificial speaker. So he took them, he got exploited, and what to say? So, same way, if someone is assuming that, oh, serving Supreme Personality is so much difficult, we have to quit tea also, we have to follow 4 regulative principles, we will have to chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. OMG, this is too much. So, okay, you want to get exploit, you just go and worship any Swamiji or something. So, this is true. Anyone who, whatever he desires, things will come to him like that only. And you yourself, my dear devotees, please listen this carefully. You yourself will observe this thing, that earlier, whatever you were doing it, you might be doing it in innocency. Not might be, you were definitely doing it innocency. Parents were telling that, yes, you do this. So we were following it. But when we came to know that Supreme Personality is Krishna, one should serve Krishna, one should chant Hare Krishna. So we accepted that also. It's not I'm praising myself or any specific person, means any outsider. If he will listen this recording, it's not like I'm praising any person artificially. This is reality, that if someone is doing something in innocency, then lord make arranges like that only, that, oh, he's getting exploited uh like without no any reason. So why not to give him a very nice thing? If he is following something wrong thing in innocency, so let me give him a chance to follow something, right thing in innocency. So of course, we followed right thing in innocency only. But now, after following it constantly, we are experiencing incredible transformations in our life, isn't it? So yeah, things always work like this. Whoever desires that way only things come to him. Whatever he will desire, things will come to him like that only. Mm, let's discuss more. In India also, there are Swamis. Wait. There are Swamis. In India also, there are Swamis who go to people's houses and preach. If you give me 1 ounce of gold, I can make it into 100 ounces of gold. The people think, I have 5 ounces of gold. Let me give it to him and I will get 500 ounces. Have you ever heard about this thing? You might have seen these things in movies. So, first of all, the very first thing one should think is that if that Babaji is saying this, that he will convert 1 ounce of gold in 500 ounces. So he might be very rich man, is it not? Why is he Babaji? If he have that capability to convert, uh, to make 1 ounce of gold into 100 ounces of gold, then why is he roaming like that? Becoming a Babaji and roaming here and there. So wise men should think like this, is it not? So see, this is how people exploit foolish other people because they want to get exploit. So let me give it to him and I will get 100 ounces. 500 ounces. In this way, the Swami collects all the gold in the village and after collecting it, he vanishes. So, see, this is what happens. This is our disease. When we go to a Swami or a temple or a church, our hearts are filled with material desires. Now, this might seem heavy, but this is reality. Whoever is visiting any church or whatever, he is always filled with material desires. Oh, I get this, I get that. Wanting some material profit out of spiritual life. We practice yoga just to keep our health fit. But in order to keep healthy, why take shelter of yoga? Now, this is really an interesting topic which we will discuss in our next class. We will finish our class here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol. Thank you so much for coming. We'll meet in our next class if Krishna's willing. Hare Krishna.